Okay, folks, make sure you watch this whole video. That way you can understand how important this twin connection is. So remember, Elvis had an identical twin who died at birth. And that's why Elvis needed Trump to replace his dead twin. And that way he can have his devil twin, okay? And I told you I have two predictions. Elvis, somehow his name or the number of his name or his image somehow manifests after a spectacular event in Seattle on June 11th, 6/11. And Trump, he's going to get a head wound on Obama's birthday, 8/4, in Ohio. So now pay attention closely. So Elvis, his dead twin's name was Jesse. Okay, sometimes they spell it with an I, sometimes they spell it without the I. It doesn't matter right now. So Elvis, his dead twin was Jesse. They were both born on 1/8/18, which would equal 2/16. And if you did the dates backwards, where you put the month first, the day first and then the month, you would get 16/2. So remember, this was 2/16 and this is 16/2. Do you understand? So basically it's 162, 216 for their birthdays, forward and backward. And it just so happens that these two dates, these two numbers are the dates of my predictions. You understand? All of this is supernatural, okay? I've been telling you that for years. And it's going to manifest very soon. So June 11th is the 162nd day of the year. August 4th is the 216th day of the year. Again, pay attention closely. Elvis died on 8/16. Trump gets his head wound on 8/4. Look what it equals. 16/20. Again with the 162 with the 0. The 0 is a crown, the O. 162 with the crown. And remember, I told you the 162nd day of the year is June 11th. Okay? Now switch the days around and you put the day first and the month in the second spot like they do in the UK. They say the date backwards. It's 2016, which is 216 with a crown. And the 216th day is August 4th. Everything is about this number combination. Like I said, everything is about the 162nd day of the year, which is June 11th, the day the Seattle spectacular event, which involves Elvis and the Space Needle. And then the 216th day of the year, which is Obama's birthday, where Trump gets his head wound. And he survives, okay? And most likely in Ohio. And what else is important about the 216? That's when Obama passed the presidency to Trump, because Trump won the presidency in 2016, but he didn't become president until 2017. But he won in 2016. The 44th president, and Trump was the 45th. And right now, from Elvis's death, we are in the 44th to the 45th year. Okay, it's not going to be 45 years till August 16th, till after my two predictions. So right now we are between the 44th and the 45th year, up to August 16th of this year. And like I said, Elvis died on August 16th, 8/16. And remember, I just showed you that when Elvis died on August 16th, 8/16, and if you add Trump's head wound, 8/4, it's 1620, which is the 162 number, which is June 11th, the 162nd day. And if you switch it, the dates, instead of 816, you put 16/8 or 4/8. It's 2016, the 216 number again with the crown. The 216th day of the year is August 4th. Now, I just told you he died on 816, right? So if you were to do military time, okay, 816 in military time is 2016. You see that? Even his date of 816 when he died is 2016 in military time. You understand? And you know he died at the age of 42. And when the clock is on the 420, 42 right there, because the O is a crown. So if it's 4:20 p.m., it's the 42 of the crown. Military time, it's 1620. There's your 162 of the crown now. And remember, he died at 42 years old. And when the hands are on the 420, it's on the 4. Both hands are on the 4, which is the 44 kill number. And kill equals 44, you see? And that's how this gets connected. MLK was killed in Memphis, Tennessee on 4/4. And Elvis lived in Memphis, Tennessee from the age of 13 till the day he died. So the king had the king killed. You understand? Martin Luther King was killed. The king was killed where the king lives, Memphis, Tennessee, Elvis. And he was killed on 4/4. And remember, 4/4 equals kill, 44. So Elvis, he was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. And Elvis died in Memphis, Tennessee. So he was born in Tupelo, Mississippi, died in Tennessee. And it just so happens that Mississippi is the 20th state and Tennessee is the 16th state. Do you see the numbers? 1620. Or you can have 2016. So again, it's the same numbers. The 162nd, 162, and 216, if you don't count the 0. Which all goes back to the day they were born, the twins. Two twins born on 1/8, 1/8 equals 216. Or if you wrote the date backwards, 8181, it's 162. You understand? Which comes out to this. Okay? Just like I showed you with Elvis's death and Trump's head wound. Again, with the same numbers. And if you switch it around, same numbers. Military time, same numbers. Like I said, just imagine what realm of possibility could all of this be a coincidence? It is impossible. And like I said, these dates came to me supernatural. I told you, it's all being led by the Holy Spirit. There's no other way to see this. It's the same numbers, you understand? 216, 162, it's the same 3 numbers. 216, 16 twos. It's all about the 1616. 2 16s. And if you go from Elvis's birthday, the day he was born, January 8th, the 1/8/1935, to June 11th, because I told you on June 11th, Elvis is somehow manifests after a spectacular event in Seattle. And if you go forward 1,616 days, it lands on June 11th. You see? The 2 16s, 1616, it lands on June 11th. Again, I ask you, In what realm of possibility could all of this be a coincidence? And look at this. Donald Trump was born on June 14th, right? And I told you that's Elvis's devil twin. June 14th, Trump's born. So now if you go from Elvis's birthday to June 14th, it's 1,620 days. The 162 number, you see? But only in a leap year. See, I had to change the year because it's either 1619 or 1620. Okay? So on a leap year only does it land as 1620. And I showed you how important that is because the 162nd day of the year is June 11th. And it just so happens that that's what it is, for Trump's birthday. Anyway, like I said, from Elvis's birthday to June 11th, it's the 1616. Okay? And the 16th letter of the alphabet is the P, so it would be PP. And I told you how much those perverts love the PP. And I'll show you why they love the PP. See, if you spelled the word P, P-E-E, this is what it equals, okay? And you'll see why it's so important. So P equals 2617 5510. P equals the exact same as the word God. 2617 5510. So P equals God. So if you have PP, that would be God, God, which would be the Antichrist. Okay? Because there's only one God. So if there's a second God, then that would make the PP the Antichrist. And that what brings us back to this. January 8th, the day Elvis was born, to 6/11, the day he manifests in Seattle after a spectacular event, is 1616, the PP, the Antichrist. So this part right here is not really connected to the 1616, but look, Elvis's dad's name was Vernon Washington. George Washington lived at a compound called Mount Vernon. And you see how I have it abbreviated the word Mount? MT, right? Because MT equals 33. And Elvis was born in Tupelo, Mississippi, which is TM. So it's TM is the same as MT, which is 33, right? And after Elvis was born, he moved and died in Memphis, Tennessee, which is the MT. Okay? And like I said, he was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. It's the same letters, you understand? So he went from TM to MT. And Elvis is an anagram for the word lives because his tomb is empty. Get it? It's empty. It's nothing in it. Elvis lives. That's what they're saying. And I told you that the 33 is very important because it's the number of ascension. And if you just took the two states that he was born in, Mississippi and Tennessee, forget about the cities because I was showing you the city and state. Now it's just the two states. It's MT again. Do you get it? And like I said, Obama is just the third wheel. They needed him to complete the unholy trinity, okay? So now watch how I show you how Elvis is the umbilical cord between these two. So pay attention closely. From Trump's birthday, the day he was born, June 14th, 1946, to August 4th, 1961, the day Obama was born, there's 5,530 days in between. 5,530 days in between their dates. So if you were to split that in half, it would be 2,765, 2,765. So if you went forward from Trump's birthday in 1946, the day he was born, you go forward 2,765 days, it lands on January 8th, Elvis's birthday. You see? From Trump to Elvis, it was 2,765 days. And from Elvis to the day Obama was born, from January 8th to August 4th, is 2,765 days. Do you see that? Elvis is the umbilical cord. Did you see that? So from Trump's birthday to Elvis's birthday, it was 2,765 days. From Elvis's birthday to Obama's birthday was 2,765 days, which is the days in between between Trump and Obama was 5,530. Okay? Do you understand? Elvis is the umbilical cord. And remember, I didn't know any of this information when I made all these predictions. None of it. Okay? How did I pick these three people and all of these crazy coincidences come to fruition? All right? So remember, these are my predictions, okay? Elvis manifests after a spectacular event in Seattle on June 11th, which involves the Space Needle, and Trump gets his head wound August 4th, Obama's birthday in Ohio. Trump survives his head wound. Anyway, I have a little bit more to show you. And like I showed you, that everything has to do with the 16-2 or the 216. For some reason, they don't want the 116. And look, if you were to put the words 116 into the calculator, this is what it equals: 130, 49, 140, 50, which equals the exact same as the word Washington. So, and Seattle is in Washington. Do you understand? So what's their obsession with the 216? You know, if they don't like 116 and they want to destroy it, the only thing I could figure out is that the number 216 has the 154. It's got the 611 backwards, but this is what's important, the 154, because 154 equals the Antichrist equals 154. I mean, that's the only thing I could, make of that. Why they want to destroy the 116, because the 216 equals the same as the Antichrist. Only one of the numbers, which is the most important one, the first one, the 154, the Antichrist equals. And 216 equaled 154. And that's probably why we have two Washingtons, Washington, D.C., and like I said, Washington State, where Seattle is, where they're going to get a head wound. Washington's going to get a head wound. You understand? I told you that Washington looks partially like Elvis's head. See what I mean? Because it looks like a head right here. This looks like Elvis's hair right here. You see? This is probably going to get all broken off right here. Look at that. Northwest, west. All of this is probably going to be destroyed. Where Seattle's right around here somewhere, I think. But anyway, like I said, it looks like a head. Elvis's hair and whatever the heck. And yes, people were mentioning that Kanye West named his child Northwest, And the Kardashian father, he was born on February 22nd, which is the day they celebrate Washington's birthday, And Abraham Lincoln, he was assassinated actually in Washington, D.C. And the reason I'm bringing him up, because Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president. You see, he was the first president to be killed, and he was the 16th. And who was the second president to be killed? So the second president that was assassinated was James Garfield. And he just so happens to be the 20th president. Do you understand what I'm telling you? So Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president. And like I said, the second president assassinated after Lincoln was the 20th president, Garfield. So 16, 20, 2016 again. Just like I showed you how Elvis was born in Tennessee. I mean, he was born in Mississippi and died in Tennessee. The 16 and the 20 again. It's all about the 162, 216 with a crown. Like I said, everything goes back to my two predictions and the numbers 16, 2, 216. 162, 216. And of course, back to the twins that were born on 1-8, like I told you. It's either 1818 equals 216 or 8181 equals 162. So if you were to put January 8th into the Gematria calculator, look what you get, okay? Right, when you look at it like this, you don't really see anything, okay? There's no familiar numbers to you guys here. I mean, there's numbers in here that are familiar to me, but for you guys, there's nothing familiar. But what happens when you put a crown on January 8th? We put the letter O, which is the crown. Let's see what happens. So now we put a crown on January 8th, and we put only one crown, not two, because there's, like I said, it's one of them died. Look what you get. See? Look. The forward number is 162. The backwards is 216. 162, 216. Just like I showed here. I mean, just ask yourself, what is the chance of that? 162, 216. And those are the dates, June 11th and August 4th. And by the way, this is the only date, January 8th, that when you put a crown on it, does it do this. The only other one is April 11th, because April 11th equals the exact same thing as this. April 11th and January 8th equal the exact same in Gematria. And if you put a crown on January 8th, this is what it equals, you see? There's only one other date, April 11th. And remember, April 11th on the Roman calendar used to be 6/11. I mean, 6/11 was 4/11. That's what I meant to say. And if that's still not enough, confirmation for you, like I said, Elvis had an identical twin. And his name was Jesse, who was stillborn. Okay? And if you put identical twins into the Gematria calculator, look what you get. 162, 216. Again, with the 162 forward, 216 backwards. Goes right back to this again. 162, 216. I mean, can you believe this? And Elvis, the only time he left the United States was to go into the army, go to Germany. And he had a car in Germany, and he changed the license plate so it could read 1620. You see that? The 162nd day of the year, June 11th, with a crown. And the G stands for Germany, but the G could be for many things, if you know what I'm saying. And when Elvis went into the army, he was stationed at the 32nd Armory, or whatever the heck. Look at that. 32 plus 1 is 33, but the 32 is 16 and 16 equals 32. You know what I'm saying? 216. And he was stationed at a place called Ray Barracks. Look, it's got the word Barak, but with 2 R's. Ray Barak. Barak. And look, it's in Friedberg. That's where he was stationed. And look at this is the address, or what the place is called, the Ray Barracks. Look at the zip code. 61169. Look at that. And look, 45 with 2 crowns. The 45 stands for Trump plus the 2 crowns. Look. And it's got the 611. Can you believe this? 611. And the only word that I could find, look at Friedberg, where he was stationed. This is what it equals, okay? And 74 is an important number. There was nothing I could find that could really equal this. This was the only thing. Look at that. Can you read that? I don't want to say it. I don't want the algorithms to pick up what I'm saying there. You see? It equals the exact same as Freeburg. And Elvis, I told you, lived in Memphis where he died. The last place he lived was Memphis, Tennessee, and he died there. Memphis is an ancient city back in, ancient Egypt. It's like the most famous city in ancient Egypt. And look, Germany equals 8338 106 34 equals the exact same as Memphis. Memphis equals Germany. Now you see why he went to Germany? And remember what happened in Germany. Disaster, what supposedly happened in Germany. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, there's a lot of words that equal Memphis, but I don't want to show it here. I'm going to show it in a different video because it's some interesting stuff. Anyway, the whole point I was showing you the Germany was to show you the car, had that 162 number with a crown. 162nd day of the year is June 11th. And remember, the year Elvis died, 1977, Elvis died on August 16, 1977. That same year, a horse called Seattle Slew, because slew means to kill. Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown. He won a Triple Crown, the most prestigious race in horse racing, and he did it on June 11th, 1977. 6/11. Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown the same year Elvis died. Do you understand? Slew, Seattle. Okay? And like I said, Elvis died in 1977 on August 16th. And this year, it was Elvis's 87th birthday, which I told you is the crown birthday. And this was the cake that Priscilla Presley, his ex-wife, made for him. Not made for him, but bought him. It's a peacock with a crown on it. Kind of reminds me. Every cake's going to look like the Space Needle. You know what I mean? But because Elvis used to wear the peacock and the phoenix bird on his outfits in concert. Okay, folks, I'm almost done. Remember, Elvis Aaron Presley equals 216. And remember, the 216th day of the year is Obama's birthday. The day Trump gets his head wound. And you remember I was showing you that from Elvis's birthday, forget about the year, because I moved it up. That way it'll land on a leap year. So from January 8th to Trump's birthday, June 14th. So from Elvis's to Trump's birthday, it's 1620. Okay? 1620. So that's the June 11th with a crown, right? 1620. Now watch how I connect it to Washington. So from Washington's death, Washington died December 14th, 1799 to the day Elvis was born. Look at this. It's 1620 months. Look at that. Again with the 1620. Okay? And now look at this. From the day they celebrate Washington's birthday, February 22nd, 1732, to this year, June 11th, 2022, look at the amount of days. Watch this. Look at that. 106020. So it's the 1620 and then 2 crowns. Or you can say 162 with 3 crowns. Because I told you that's one for Elvis, one for Trump, and one for Obama. Or one for Vernon, his father, Elvis's father. I'm not sure what's going on here. But it's the 1620 or the 162, which is June 11th. Or, 216, which is August 4th. But this is what's happening, okay? This is the year, folks. It has to be. There's no other ways around it. And remember, the reason I'm using Washington, because Seattle's in Washington. Do you understand? Okay? Seattle's in King County. Elvis was known as the King. And here is going to be the most craziest, information. Watch. So remember what I showed you here, right? So it's the 162-216 number for June 11th and August 4th. And remember, I was telling you that Seattle Slew won the Triple Crown the same year Elvis died, back in 1977. So if you went from August 16th, 1977, to this year, Elvis's birthday, the Peacock birthday, the Crown birthday, because that's what it is. It's his most important birthday this year, his 87th birthday. Now you're going to see why Elvis died on August 16th, 1977. So from his death date to his birthday this year, and I told you this year is his crown year, January 8th, this year that just passed, look at the amount of days. 16216. I mean, can you believe this, man? And it's 44 years and 4 months. It's the kill number plus 444. But just look at this, man. Now do you understand? 162-216 right in front of you. Are you getting it? 162-216. These are impossible coincidences, man. I did a whole video about Elvis's 87th birthday a few videos ago. Make sure you go and watch it, because I'm not going to go through every detail of why the 87 was so important. But the word birthday equals 8742. Okay, these are the most important numbers because this is the first one. I mean, this is the forward numbers. These are the backwards. So 8742, and Elvis died at the age of 42. And he just turned 87, and I showed you how important the 87th birthday was. Okay, if you saw the numbers that I just showed. So 8742 for the word birthday. And remember, I told you Washington died on December 14th, which is 1214, right? So remember, the word birthday equaled 8742. So if you went from Elvis's birthday, January 8th, and go forward to the date December 14th, because December 14th is the day Washington died. Okay? It's 8742, the number of the word birthday. You see, it's 87. Like I said, this year was Elvis's 87th birthday, and he died at the age of 42. And from his death date at the age of 42 to this birthday,